Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy, your medical celebrity doctor, and this is Dr. Nancy Knows. Today's episode is starring Julie Jones, The Adventures of Julie Jones, LLC. Remember, Dr. Nancy Knows brings on guests that are experts in their field of industry to talk about what they're doing in the community, changing the landscape in which we live, as well as an occasional celebrity that's going to come on the show. We can be seen, Dr. Nancy Knows can be seen on all social media platforms, to include this particular network, that's starworldwidenetwork.com, drnancyknows.com, Facebook, YouTube as well, and you can listen to this on audiobooks too. Listen, Julie Jones she's a badass, and she empowers you. You feel her before she even opens her mouth when she walks into the room. I love Julie and what she stands for, and you're going to love her too. Welcome, Julie.
Oh, thank you so much. It is such an honor, and I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. You know, we met just a little while ago, and I fell in love with your spirit and just you, and I feel what you're doing, and you're changing and impacting everyone that you encounter, and I love that about you. There's so much more to you as well, and you've developed an LLC and a backing and a following of the things that you do and the communities and organizations that you are a part of, and being keynote speakers, empowering women, and a nonprofit for the foster children. I just love what you're doing.
Thank you. I mean, it has been a lifelong passion of mine to really be able to help and serve individuals. I learned from an early age. My parents were so instrumental in helping me to learn the importance of volunteering and giving back. So I've had this complete philosophy my entire life of giver's gain. And so to whom much is given, much is expected. And so I really believe that my life legacy is to leave an impact. And that impact, and thank you for what you shared, is so important to me, because even if people just meet me for a couple of minutes, I want to be able to have left some type of impact, whether it's I made eye contact, I made a smile, whatever it was, or I said a kind word, because too many times I believe in this world we're just walking right past people and not acknowledging people for who they are.
I totally believe that as well, and you know, just taking time out to listen and be present and still in someone's life can make a major difference. There's so much fear, there's so much hurt in the world, and it can actually paralyze an individual and give a person low self-esteem. But when they meet you, you empower them, and that's what it's all about. And what you give and what we give here is all free. So tell us what you're doing and how you're changing people's lives.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. So really, I guess the first thing I want to say is that you are enough. I believe that too many people are running around thinking that they have to prove something. And now with the advent of social media, well, obviously it's awesome that we can broadcast this, but it's giving people this perception of what is unreal. And so really people need to know that who they are, they've been given gifts, and that they just need to live to be their true, authentic self. And that's what I'm really, truly passionate about. There are a lot of fears in this world, oh my gosh. And every day we face those. It's about taking action. It's like really just going for it. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? Honestly, what is the worst thing that can happen?
You fail, and so what happens? You fail, you get up, you learn a lesson. What did you take from that? How is that going to make you better? Definitely.
Absolutely. And I even have a different definition of failure. It's like I look at it and say, okay, well, that was another way that didn't work out. What is next? What is next? What is next? Because if we don't put ourselves out there and we don't, I don't even like the word try, because it's like Yoda says do or don't do. There is no try. It's like just going out there and making it happen. See, I have found that most people, as they progress in life, they start to have regrets of what they're not doing instead of what they're doing. And nobody wants to get to that point in life when you're on your deathbed and you think about everything that could have been possible, and that fear stopped you, or whatever stopped you. You know what else is the other thing that stops people? other people's opinions.
That's right.
It's like, stop listening to everyone else. They don't live for you. They're not going to die for you. So stop living for them and start being who you are and going out there and making a difference as well.
That's why I love you. We're so aligned and in tune with one another. You define who you are. You don't let anyone else come in to define who you are, definitely. And you align yourself with individuals that are most like your core values. And that's personally and professionally. Don't ever let anybody put you down, and think very highly of yourself, and surround yourself of people that pour into you and you pour back into them. It should never be one-sided, never.
No, and you make another really great point, is who are you surrounding yourself with? That is so key, because who are you, if you're with dream stealers and people that are not supporting you with where you are and who you are, it's time to move on, and it can be difficult. I always say my life is not always sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns, right? However, I've had a lot of life experiences that take me to this point, and it doesn't happen overnight. Life is a journey, and it's up to you to figure out how you want to take that journey. Do you want to go the path that everybody else has gone, or do you want to go kind of off the beaten path and discover what is possible for you?
Well, that speaks to me so much, and everything that we stand for here at Dr. Nancy knows as well. And you know, you just have to challenge yourself, step outside the comfort zone, and discover what you are actually capable of. Again, surrounding yourself with people that pour into you is so, so important. And listen, if you wake up to see another day, that's another day that you can be better than you were before. So it's all about the mindset.
Absolutely. And it's a choice every day when you wake up, whether you're going to be positive or negative. I always say, so say you wake up and you find you have a flat tire. Okay, and now we gotta change that tire, right? Well, it's your decision whether that was a bad moment or it's going to be a bad day. Because if you decide it's going to be a bad day, trust me, everything else is going to be coming your way that's going to be negative. We want to choose positive. And that is my other life mission, as you talked about when you wake up. Like I always say, I'd rather be 6 feet above ground than 6 feet below ground. But it's all about living in the now. Too many of us wait for someday. Someday when I lose all the weight, or someday when I have all the money, or someday. Someday is not a day of the week. It's all about being present, living moment by moment, and being in the now. Of course, we're all going to think about the future, but you just don't want to think so far ahead that you're forgetting about what's happening right in front of you. Again, it's like just choosing joy, choosing passion, and choosing positivity.
You can miss out on every opportunity that comes across your path if you don't live in the present and the now. And so a faith believer that, you know, prays for something and they're not present, it could have passed them many times over. It makes such a difference what your mindset is all about. Visualizing your success, visualizing your day, visualizing anything that you dream, you can be.
Absolutely. And you talk about the opportunities that are sometimes right in front of us and we pass by, because sometimes there might be an obstacle. It's like just proving that it's something that you really want, or that that opportunity is really there. And a lot of times we have to go through the woods to see the trees, or get through the forest and actually see the trees. And yes, it's visualization. Wow, that is a big one. To think is to create. And so if you're always worried about money, you're going to have additional money problems. But if you're thinking about, I live in abundance and I have tons of money coming towards me, trust me, you'll have tons of money coming towards you.
Well, that which you seeks you back. And the positive energy that you put out in the universe, it attracts you, and it attracts like-minded individuals. And I cannot stress so much that it's about the mindset, and it is a choice, definitely a choice.
It is. And that's the bottom line. It is your choice every day on how you're going to approach everything. And that's why I get so excited about working with individuals and coaching people. And it's really, why do people hire a coach? It's for the fact that I can see things from a 360-degree view. You look in a mirror, and unless you turn around, you're only seeing one thing. You know, for all of us, we've grown up with programs and beliefs about ourselves and how we approach life, that we have these filters. You know the old joke about rose-colored glasses? Well, we all do have a set of glasses on. And how we look at things, you and I could be facing a particular issue. You're going to respond a different way than I am based on our upbringing, our filters, what we believe about ourselves. And so when I work with individuals, I can see everything. I don't have those same filters that you do because you're in it. I'm out of it looking all around.
Oh my God. Isn't she amazing, everyone? Now listen, tell everyone how to get a hold of you. How can individuals that need your insight, your bird's eye view, your words of encouragement and empowerment, how do they connect with you?
Well, I'm all over social media. I love to inspire people to be positive. So on Facebook, it's Adventures of Julie Jones, and on Instagram, Adventures of Julie Jones. I have a website, juliejones.biz. And again, it's, you know, you can find me, you Google The Adventures of Julie Jones, trust me, there's only the one and only. That's what I say. I'm the one and only, and you can find me everywhere on social media.
That's awesome. Now tell us what other types of services that you offer, and or speaking engagements that you speak at, and know that you belong to a really nice network here. It's nationally known as well, and you've won some awards recently too.
I have. So I do a ton of networking. Another tip that I want to give everyone is network is your net worth. And so again, it goes back to who are you surrounding yourself with. I've been an entrepreneur since 2005, and so I've really made it a point to be able to meet amazing people. But it's not just about what's in it for me, it's how I can help other people. And I consider myself a master networker and a master connector, and so I'm always bringing people together to see how I can help them support their business as well. So yes, I'm involved in many organizations. I belong to the Fountain Hills Chamber of Commerce. I'm with BNI, which is Business Networking International. If you haven't taken a look at it, you should. Any opportunity to really be out there making a difference, and it's all about service as well. I sit on a board for OCJ Kids, Opportunity Community Justice for Kids, which I'm very passionate about. There are over almost 20,000 children in the foster care orphanage system out here, and it's like, how can we give back and really truly make a difference?
Well, that's really important. And so, you know, Julie is, what she says is what she does. And as much as you give, you do get back. And surrounding yourself around like-minded individuals and connecting individuals with someone that you may have come across, because Julie is very resourceful here in the community. And you know, if a selfish person wouldn't let you know that, okay, you were making a request about something and she happened to know someone that could help you. And that's what Julie does. And that's what we all have to do, is just connect with one another and just help.
We do. And it's the philosophy that I have, there's enough business to go around for everyone. There's enough resources to go around for everyone. Some of the issues that we do have in society are because of that selfish or that take mentality. I'm give. And you know, that doesn't make me better than anyone else. And it's like everybody comes from a point, but it's like taking a look to see, how can I serve my fellow man? How can I make an impact? How can I make a difference? You know, when we first met, it's like, okay, who can I connect Dr. Nancy with? Because when you meet amazing people, you want to be able to support them, and you want to be able to help them grow as well. Because by helping you grow, the impact that you have on your community helps all of us to grow.
That's amazing. You know, we often talk about here on Dr. Nancy Knows is finding a really great mentor and you know, if you're in that position, you have to be a really great mentee too, because constructive criticism is really tough to take sometimes, but it is ultimately going to make you better, particularly when you have a great mentor that takes that role seriously. It's so important.
Mm-hmm. And it is. And again, I am almost more mentor maybe than coach. You know, sometimes I think coaches get a bad rap too, as far as like how they're doing things. And it's really, successful people need that accountability component. I always see it in people. They're so willing to do something for everybody else, and they're not so willing to commit and do what they said that they were going to do for themselves. And so it's, again, having the experience, my life experience. Oh my gosh, we haven't even, you know, gone into my life experience. One of the things that I was for 10 years was a police officer and a SWAT team member. Well, that gave me skills around there that I know how to talk to people from every walk of life. My communication skills. So I'm able to customize programs for individuals based on what they need. It's not a cookie cutter approach. Really, everybody has something else. And I'm intuitive, and I can often hear what people are not saying. And so being that former law enforcement officer, now don't get scared about this, but I can read people, and I can see when people are lying to themselves, and that's a big one. It's like, again, that truth and authenticity and being aligned with who you are makes all the difference.
It really does. You know, it doesn't matter what it is that you do at the end of the day, but you need to cultivate your gift. And without doing that, then you're just going to be flying in the wind and just be open to criticism and take that in when it really isn't who you are. Connect with individuals that are like-minded, that can help nurture and help you grow as a person and as a business. Mm-hmm. There are many people out there that are willing to help you. We just need to connect with those like-minded individuals. That's so important to a young business owner, our young educational or professionals as well. Connect with someone that you look up to, and that is a big key to your success.
It is. And another thing that you said that in talking here is the whole idea of criticism. And when you are truly aligned with who you are and you know you're on the right path, and you know sometimes people talk about it being passion or purpose or what is it, the criticism is not going to come so, cut you so deeply, I should say, because you know who you are and what you're bringing to this world. And that's the other thing that I love to do, is I love to give people effective feedback. So many times in our life, people are yeah in us and not telling us what we need to hear at that given moment. Like, I'd rather you tell me that I have green spinach in my teeth than, you know, to be walking around the rest of the day. I'm so grateful when somebody says, are you open for feedback? And gives me something that I can really take with me and make myself better. I'm a lifelong learner. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all figured out. I certainly, though, do have a lot to offer when it comes to, hey, this is where we're at, and this is what I can help you with.
You make really great points. You know, as entrepreneurials and a young business owner in the industry, you're going to fail, and you know, you need to just realize what you're capable of doing. And once you continue to just walk in faith and one foot in front of the other, you will discover things that you didn't know you had, and you will be stronger in your resolve. So exactly, the criticism that people will say, because they will say, continue to say it, it just won't cut as deeply, and it'll roll right off of you. So continue, dream big. Your dreams are possible. Believe in yourself and know that you're enough.
And sometimes your dreams aren't even big enough. It's like, really go for it. You know, when we were 5 years old, anything was possible. If you wanted to be an astronaut, if you wanted to be a princess, I mean, think about the dreams we had. And then as we get older, what happens? life happens, right? And so then all of a sudden we think that it's no longer possible. And I'm here to say it's all possible. Start dreaming, start living, start facing your fear. You're a great example. I mean, of the fact that how you were on the East Coast and you decided to pick up, move to Arizona, start a whole new practice. Do you not think that there was some fear involved and like, I don't know what I'm doing? But you kept pushing forward and look at where you are today. I mean, that's possible for all of us. It's just really just making a decision, taking action, and going for it.
It's so well said, so well said. I do so many different things, and you know, other like naysayers may say, oh my God, why? Well, why not? Julie said, your dreams may not be big enough. And you know, when you start thinking big and knowing that you're capable of doing it and believing it, it can happen for you. It's never too late. So don't give up. Julie, it's been so wonderful having you on the show.
Oh, it's been my honor and pleasure, and I have done myself a service by surrounding myself with amazing people like Dr. Nancy.
Oh, thank you, Julie. So remember, listen, positive thoughts equal positive results. Remember, it's not only what Dr. Nancy knows, but it's who she knows. It's Dr. Nancy, and we'll see you next week.